Welcome back. All right, so finishing out the countdown today and wearing my brand new Lincoln Park t-shirt, which I got at last night's tour stop in Vancouver, and that was a fantastic concert. It was a very good night. My wife did go. It was a lot for her, but outside of by the time she got home, she just had to go to bed. She had a really good time. We all had a really good time. I think Gabriel had the most fun out of anybody in our family. He was screaming at the end of that concert. He was so happy. So I think we had a really good time. We being the whole family, and it was pretty nice. So even though I did two review videos yesterday of preseason games combined with doing the jersey countdown posted from 8 days before. I didn't do any other videos, and that's been a change from where I was even as recently as last year. I was looking at last September, and some days I was putting out 6, 7 videos in a day. The amount of money that the videos were generating was really low last year, and as I've mentioned previously, I now understand why. But things have really been put into perspective this summer with the health issues with my wife. So I otherwise in previous years would have said I have to do another video. I have to do something that's going to get some views. I have to do something. Yesterday I just said nope. I'm done. I'm gonna get ready, go to the concert, enjoy myself, and just today's just going to be a low view day. It's just how that's going to work. So I've been doing my best to keep things in perspective. And so as I close out this countdown, that's what I would tell people is make sure you're putting everything in perspective, and that the important things are really, really important. Not saying that, as a YouTuber, obviously view counts are important, but we're towards the end of September. Even as I'm recording this, it's September 22nd. And I mean, if I made a few bucks less yesterday because I didn't stress myself out to get another video out there that was going to get views, then all right. I did have the idea of doing card openings. I may end up doing that. So there are people who are going to be watching this saying, what am I going to do? There's these videos that go live every day at 9 a.m. my time, noon Eastern. What am I, he's been posting all these videos for months now. Yep, and I do like having these videos good to go and having fun with it, so I may very well do something else, which would go live every day at 9 a.m. my time, or noon Eastern, so don't be surprised if that becomes a regular thing. I'm not guaranteeing there'll be one the day after you watch this, but I am considering making sure that every day at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, that something goes live for those people that have got used to it. Okay, you guys ready for the top 10? Right here next to me are the 10 final jerseys to round out this countdown. So number 10, Hartford Whalers. This being Carolina's throwback to it. It's got Pucky on the shoulders. It's a white jersey. The interesting thing to me is Cool Hockey still has some of these. And obviously they're Adidas because they haven't made any of these in Fanatics yet that I've seen. So I really like this jersey quite a bit. I think that Whalers jerseys were always excellent. They had a unique color scheme. And everybody's going to say, well, it's the same as the Canucks. The Canucks weren't using them at the time, so they just grabbed them. That's what happens. You're not watching your colors. Next thing you know, another team scoops them up. You don't know until you hear them say yoink. And when you hear yoink, it's gone. Number 9. So single digits. Absolutely beautiful jersey. This is a Bergeron. I got this one on sale from the NHL website, which when I saw it was on sale, I was like, okay, done. And so I grabbed this one for less money than you would have paid for a blank one, too. So I'd like to thank Patrice Bergeron for retiring. It's not like a Bergeron jersey is going to age poorly. The Boston Bruins they got it. This is absolutely fantastic. This is as close to a perfect jersey as I think they've ever gotten. And so, number 9 on the count. It's absolutely gorgeous. When they did their centennial jerseys, this one sold out very, very quickly on most sites I follow. And I think Sports K still has a couple. Sports K, I believe, still has a couple of these. So If you're looking for one, Sports K. All right. Moving on to number 8. The Chicago Blackhawks current home jersey. So again, as I mentioned with the white one in yesterday's video, it does have the chain stitching on it. Absolutely fantastic. It's iconic. It is one of the most recognizable jerseys in all of sports. The color scheme's great. The striping's excellent. It's absolutely fantastic. So good on the Chicago Blackhawks. Number 7. Winnipeg. So the Heritage Classic, the white version of, is number 7 on the countdown. This is one of my all-time favorites, of course, as is everything in this portion of the countdown. You can see the chain stitching on this as well. There's a theme here. The jerseys that I feel like are unique and stand out, the jerseys that I feel like have some really nice touches to them, are usually my favorites. I will say too that some of this may very well be because, you know, my wife has talked to me about things that are impressive, which chain stitching is, and so I may very well appreciate certain jerseys a little bit more than I otherwise might have. So there you go. You marry yourself a seamstress. There you go. Number 6. So this is how Tampa Bay should do their jerseys. This is absolutely awesome. It's got the black stripe here, black around the neckline, black on the bottom. So you could take this logo off, and you could put their current logo on the front, and it would look absolutely stunning. So this does have the Stanley Cup patch from 2020, which matches this jersey. That was actually sent to me by a subscriber. This is the most expensive jersey in the collection. This is the one that it was pricey. I had to go through Tampa Bay's website for this. And then it was shipped by, I think it was UPS. I ended up spending like almost $100 between UPS's fees and then import fees. And like it was an extra $100 on top of, I think it was almost $300 Canadian. So I ended up spending about $400 to get this jersey, which to me is ridiculous. But for people who've bought game worn or, you know, the real deal jerseys, the pros are selling for $500 right now from Fanatics. I understand that may not be a huge cost, but for me, it was a lot. And so it was one of those things too where I had spent a bunch of money and I saw there was more money I was going to have to spend, and I was like, oh, well, it's not like I'm going to have them send it back because there's no way I'm ever going to get that jersey again. And here we are. And no, I would never have been able to find this jersey otherwise. So I just had to grin and bear it. And that's why you don't see that jersey very often. Number 5 is also a reverse retro. I really like the reverse retro jerseys. I think they're fantastic. I think that they have the sentimentality to them, and they also do something different with them. And this red Screaming Eagle is no different. I'm excited to see the new 3rd jersey, which has been unveiled, of course, during this collection that I'm showing all you fine people on the internet. Of course, I don't have any of the new jerseys the teams are wearing, so none of the new Blues or Bruins or anything like that, because I don't get advanced releases of jerseys at this point in time. I'm sure I could try to go through Fanatics for that, but yeah, number 5, the Washington Capitals. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's just amazing. So we're into the top 4. We're into some heavy hitters. Do you want another reverse retro? Well, too bad. You're getting another one. Florida. So we continue the run of reverse retros, this being reverse retro 2.0. I know there's a split. There are people who do not like this jersey. Knock down a box of rabbit treats. Must be a nerd. But yeah, so I love the colors. I love this light blue. I'm a sucker for this light blue. I've always liked that secondary logo, and it looks fantastic on the front of the jersey. They also brought back this FLA, which you might remember from the jersey, the 3rd they had, which had the circle logo on the front. That's the only time that I've ever seen that on a jersey outside of this reverse retro. Yeah, it's fantastic. All right, number 3. Space Coyote in purple. So this was one too that I went through the Arizona team store for. That when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. I don't remember if I had the green Space Coyote at the time or not, but I knew I had to have this purple one. This is absolutely amazing, and if you were going to stand before me and say, do you think we should bring back the Arizona Coyotes if they were going to use this as their primary jersey home and away? My answer might be yeah. Yeah, may very well be. And that would mean you'd need a white Space Coyote for the road, which, considering they've done it in like sand color, they've done it in green, and they've done it in purple as well. Why not? Why not do another one? Although the sales of the one that was like the sand color might tell you why they don't do another one. Sand or orangish color, I guess. Number 2. Is anybody surprised that this is highly rated? Not if they've been a fan of the channel for a long time. This is just gorgeous. Absolutely perfect. When the Pittsburgh Penguins wore this for their Winter Classic, yeah, this is a stunning jersey. Shoulders, striping, everything. Yeah, perfect. Very well done. And this is a jersey that is very difficult to find. So I do my best to absolutely take care of it. I did say doo-doo. Yep, absolutely. Yep, I watched Friends too. So, yeah, number 2 is the Pittsburgh Penguins in baby blue. And I can't imagine it being any lower than that the next time I do a countdown like this, if that's 4 years from now. Number 1. You guys know what number 1 is, right? Everybody knows what number 1 is. We are well acquainted with my absolute favorite jersey. It's asked a lot in live streams. What's your favorite? What's your number 1? No, but seriously, what's your number 1? And it's this one. Sailors back in olden times would, use the North Star to decide where they were and where they were going and figure out their path. This is the jersey by which all of the other jerseys are ranked. This is absolutely gorgeous. Black, purple, silver. Love the colors. I know it's the Sacramento Kings colors. People point that out like I don't know. That they've essentially gone from Lakers colors to Raiders, and then they went to the Sacramento Kings, and then they should go back to the Lakers colors, but someday they'll get a 100% LA Kings color scheme going. But I do. The logo's fantastic. I love the shoulder patches as well. This is one too that I wore a lot. Before I met Yvonne, I had one of these that this had shredded. A lot of this had shredded as well because of the silver and that it does shred. So I got a new one. The old one that's all shredded, I think I still have it. I think it's in the box with the fake jerseys. I've had people offer to take it off of me, but I keep it because it's kind of a reminder that you keep them out of the dryer. I put them in the washer inside out. We don't wash them in hot either. And then they just air dry. So basically when the jerseys are washed, I just go ahead and put them right back in the collection straight out of the washer because they can dry hanging up there like that. So it works just fine. But thank you guys so much for watching if you watched all the way through this. And like I said, for people who this has kind of become part of their daily routine, I understand that. And don't be surprised if there are videos going live at 9 a.m. my time, noon Eastern, going forward. But I'll figure that out. And when I do, those videos will go live and you'll be like, hey, new video went live today. Cool. All right. So hopefully everybody's enjoying their lunch if they're watching this during their lunch or during their break. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This summer did not turn out the way that I wanted it to, but it turned out the way it needed to. My wife is getting a little bit better every day. It is a very slow recovery process she's going through, but at least she's at home going through it, and I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to take care of her and make sure that she's okay. So, thank you guys so much for your support, for your thoughts during this summer. And yeah, if you haven't already hit like and subscribe, please do. I like to think that I have a pretty calm, quiet, happy little channel, and that people enjoy watching my videos. So thank you guys so much from one hockey fan to another. It's appreciated, and if you haven't seen Linkin Park in concert, it's worth it. You get your money's worth for the fact that they play like 856 songs. So it's great. All right. Thanks again for your support. I will talk to you guys soon enough, and we'll do this countdown again sometime.